In the Second or the New Testament, Jesus often used this phrase, "You have heard it said, and now this is what I am saying." It's a familiar phrase which Jesus used to introduce new rituals, new prayers, and new ways of thinking. As people of the continuing testament, we can use that phrase too. And we are using it to introduce some of the new resources that we are using. In particular, the brand new lectionary released in the fall of 2021, created by Reverend Dr. Wilda Gaffney. A lectionary, for those of you who are not familiar, is an organized way of reading the Bible. If you follow the lectionary's 4 suggested readings for a time period of 3 years, the intent is you will have read the bulk of the Bible. That's a lot to organize because the readings include the First or the Old Testament, a Psalms, a Second or New Testament reading, which would be from the Gospels, Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John, and a reading from the rest of the New Testament, which is often referred to as the letters. Creating a new lectionary is a huge undertaking, so hats off to Reverend Dr. Wilda Gaffney. But who is she? She is an Episcopal priest, a rabbinic scholar, a seminary professor, and what she teaches is the Hebrew Bible. She is also a Black woman. And the lectionary that she created is described as expansive, inclusive, as well as a paradigm shift. Paradigm shifting is a modern way of saying, that's what we used to say. This is what we're saying now. You have heard it said, and now we are saying. It is described as expansive and inclusive because her lectionary includes the stories of both the men and the women of the Bible. She has also used her linguistic skills to translate the text, and she translated them from the original ancient languages of ancient Hebrew or ancient Greek. So she didn't retranslate from English. Her new translations offer different perspectives, corrections to punctuation, corrections to word arrangement, and inflections. Perhaps one of the biggest paradigm shifts for us, or maybe just me, are the repeated references to God as a she. In spite of the dominant church teachings, the original ancient texts actually do describe God as both masculine and feminine, especially the spirit of holiness or the spirit of wisdom, i.e., the Holy Spirit. She is decidedly feminine. You have heard it said that God is a man, a king on his throne. But I say to you, God is both masculine and feminine. And that can be rather uncomfortable. Our job is to ask this question, why? Why does it make us uncomfortable? It's important we dig into our discomfort and not just return to the old ways of being and doing. What Gaffney has done, in my opinion, is bring the church full circle. She has returned us to the original intentions of the biblical scholars and authors. If you would like to learn more about her work, we do have copies of her lectionary at the church. There's a link in your worship guide to a Scoop It article or just give it a Google. With this in mind, let's listen to today's reading.